Hello everyone, my name is Lana Barka. I'm a professional makeup artist and hairstylist living in Melbourne. I recently moved here in Australia and I'm so proud to be here with you today on Beauty Expo Australia Online 2021. I hope you're all doing great, and my theme, what I would love to talk about with you today, it's an editorial. Editorial is a makeup that is not used in everyday life, but it's widely used on the runways and in magazines. First of all, editorial is a story, the narrative that reveals and conveys trends, fantastic reality, emotional state, and one of key people to create this story would be a makeup artist. Makeup is a key factor in fashion world and in every magazine spread. Editorial photo shoot is a very creative process, often leaving room for endless interpretations. At the beginning of a makeup artist's career, editorial shoots may be on a non-profit basis, but are very essential for future collaborations in advertising and fashion. Having editorial shoots in the portfolio plays a huge role in getting paid work. During the shooting, a client will explain what they would like to achieve, and their requests may be very unusual or very specific, but makeup artists must follow all the instructions. However, on some level, can share their opinion or makeup suggestions. As I mentioned earlier, the main goal of an editorial shoot to tell a story. To convey the desired mood, makeup must capture it and continue the story through the interpretation of created image. Balance is very important here. Do we want to create the image of pretty girl, or do we need hard rock? Will the colors on the photos be bright or muted? Do we want the reader will be excited or be in melancholy mood? A fictional reality should be able to awake certain emotions in viewers, and makeup should convey the desired atmosphere and character of the scene as a whole. These three types of shootings are not only closely related in the world of fashion, but also complement each other. Beauty editorial or beauty editorial shootings can be either in a portrait or close-ups formats. These types of shootings tell a story about makeup. And not only makeup and attractiveness. Makeup can be colorful and very creative, but at the same time highlights the natural beauty of the face. Beauty editorial are extremely important for a makeup artist portfolio because a potential client can take a closer look at their work and see whether if they're universal specialists and decide if they're the right fit. If at a beauty editorial the emphasis is on jewelry, accessories, or hair products, then a natural makeup is preferable as it doesn't distract attention from the main subject of the shooting. What about hair editorial? In this sort of photo shoot, the center of the story is hair, and usually the story shows modern and trendy styles. Normally, the hairstyles that are created during the editorial are not practical and usable in everyday life. Hairstyles are deliberately or enlarged, are quite exotic, but so much room for creativity. In fashion editorial, the main focus is, as you might guess, fashion, clothing, art-a-porter. In these shoots, it's very important that the makeup is in harmony with the presented products. Relevance is essential. After all, the essence of fashion is clothing, accessories, and stylish makeup. There are no specific rules in fashion makeup. It can be romantic, dramatic, creative, anything from classic charm to avant-garde. Makeup should be as natural as possible and do not distract attention from clothing or art-a-porter. Fashion editorial showcases a lifestyle or how a product can be worn. Makeup should lift up the clothes on the model in a delicate, graceful manner. This is how perfection is born in collaboration. I would like to highlight again and give this a little more time. It is very important that makeup artists discuss and understands the point of view of the photographer, director, or designer and is able to bring it to life. The editorial photo shoot can last from a few hours to a few days. The duration depends on the location, weather, conditions, and how large the project is. Editorial makeup and hair styling require a strong and long-lasting hold to withstand a long day of shooting. Sometimes the looks are changed 5 or 10 times a day. So time management is essential during the editorial shoot. As an experienced makeup artist, You should know that in order to capture the client's vision, you need to use a smooth transition between the looks. You should always start with the natural look and gradually move towards more complicated looks. That way, you will shorten your work time as much as possible, and the team will not have to wait for you. And overall process will be smooth. If you're working in tandem with hairstylist, then do your work at the same time. When working with a team, a detailed mood board plays a very important, if not one of the main roles in a whole process. After all, first of all, it's teamwork. Mood board or brief is a visual description of the shooting history, where all the detailed information for each team member is laid out in one file. Typically, the art director or filmmaker will prepare a mood board as a guide of the entire team to give a general idea of the main theme. The mood board presents ideas in image that should work as a guide during the shooting process. This is usually 5-6 pages, depending on how big the project is. The makeup artist will find a photo of the model who will work in a team that day. Information with number of looks and accents that need to be placed. Photographer will decide on what kind of lighting, background, room, color correction, whatever processing is needed for a particular shooting. The model should think about the poses and mood that they would like to deliver on to the reader. As for a stylist, a detailed description for each image should be provided so that they can put everything in its place during the set time. Setup. Timing and call sheet are very important in creating a mood board. Why? With a detailed shooting time, each team member will understand how to move and correctly measure the time. For example, makeup for first look takes 30 minutes. Shooting look for first look for 20 minutes. It's also important to make a call sheet where you indicate the name, phone number, social networks of each team member, where the location and map are, how to get there, and even mark the parking on the map. Preparing a mood board is an essential part of any professional photography. If you're organized, friendly, punctual, then professionals will want to work with you over and over again. So let's summarize. Editorial makeup must be flawless, impressive, and create a perfect visual image. Editorial makeup should be balanced with the hairstyle and fashionable items to achieve the desired effect without any flaws in order to carry perfection through the page of the magazine. Depending on the client's requirements, of course, the makeup can be very creative, romantic, or even experimental, but always should centrally complement fashion trends and reflect the mood and main ideas of the story told by editorial. Thank you for being with me. It was Lana Barker. See you later.